Better?
Okay. I think we see now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you first for the invitation to this marvelous program, and congratulations to this workshop here. I really also learned a lot from the introduction words from Emilia, but also from Shipra and from Andrea. To step in, I have the honor to tell you about the experience we had in Mannheim. First of all, Sustainable Development Goals are a charter which usually for municipalities are something from coming out of space. They're very, very hard to read and to translate. We have a lot of charters here which we want to fulfill: the Charter of Barcelona, the Charter of Human Rights, the Paris Agreement, etc. pp. So we were very thankful that the Sustainable Development Goals were easily translated with the icons and with the talk to the people. Because when I talk to people and I ask them what you want to achieve to have no poverty in Mannheim or in the world, everybody can talk about it. So it's instantly understandable, and so the SDGs were very thankful to translate here in Mannheim. First of all, we were going to the people where the people were. We were going to the street. We were asking them about the Sustainable Development Goals and what for Mannheim was the most important Sustainable Development Goals. This was the beginning of it. And then we were going into deeper and deeper discussions. We had a lot of workshops for about 1.5 years here in Mannheim. And there in these workshops, we were crystallizing what does it mean for localizing the SDGs in Mannheim here and then monitoring it. And so we said, okay, first of all, we have to talk to the people. What does it mean to localize a sustainable goal like no poverty? And this means we have to look that people have a work, that people have education, etc. pp. Then on the second level, we were asking them, when you're thinking about no poverty and you're thinking about the world, what are we doing? What is perhaps making poverty in other countries? And then you have to think of the fair trade. Now we are saying, okay, we have to look that we are buying more fair trade, but this means not only sugar and chocolate, it also means buying, for instance, stones for our pedestrian zones. For instance, we had a lot of stones here. It's about 20 million euros or 10 million euros. And we don't want to buy such stones when they are made of children work the other way in the world. So we want to sensitize the people when they're buying things. Please look what it does it mean for other people in the world. And the third thing would also be that we were looking for how we can help others to have no poverty. And there we have cooperation projects at the Syrian border with refugees, educating them, etc. pp. So after 1.5 years, we had a draft of a Mannheim 2030 vision, which was going to the parliament. The parliament then was discussing it and legitimizing it. And after all, the vision Mannheim 2030, which was made by the citizens and the parliamentarians, was the basis for the strategy for the next 10 years, and is also the basis for our budget plan. So we have, for instance, translated the SDGs so that you see it. We have at the moment 7 strategic goals because we are looking for implementing them. So not every goal is for us equal for fulfilling in Mannheim as in every other city in the world. We are always looking for which is the main topic and how we can translate it so we get really traction into the system. And for instance, we have a goal like Mannheim is a climate-friendly, climate-neutral, and resilient city. And Mannheim is a model for environmental consciousness, living and active. And we are at the moment have the goal that we want to be CO2 neutral by 2030, which is very ambitious, but it is a part of our Mannheim 2030 vision. And so we need the co-creation with the industry, with the university, but also with the people. And there you see the related SDGs to this goals. It's about the clean energy, etc. pp. So you see the system we are making. We are not translating them one-to-one into the city. We are looking what is the most important for us and making out of it a strategy like other cities in the world also. So what is the voluntary local review? As we heard, at the moment, there is no framework but you can look to the others, and you always are looking that you are contributing your monitoring to the global level, what you are doing to contribute to the SDGs, and how you are localizing the SDGs in your city. So it's a report about the sustainability of a municipality. And to have a quick overview on this, we have, like other cities, an introduction to explain why we are doing this, what are the SDGs, what is the basics, why we are contributing on this. Then we have the presentation of the strategic goals for Mannheim, where we are showing how we are localizing the SDGs into local policies. Then we have, as everyone, the indicators to say, okay, how we want to measure. We want to measure the progress and how we will do it, and address it also to the public every year. And then we have some FAQs, because everybody who's reading it has a lot of questions, and so we put it into it, and we have very good experiences with these FAQs. And to get a little a quick overview into it, I have here, for instance, a page from the a strategic goal. For every strategic goal, we have a front page. We are explaining the strategic goal. Then we have the concretization with the key milestones, but also with the measures and the methods and the instruments. And then we highlight some parts of our strategy and of our measures within two sides, like here, the new lanes for the bicycle, etc. pp. So the people can look about it. They can look very easily how is the contribution, and they are connecting also the usual work what we are doing here in the city to the global level, so that it's not an addition. So they see, no, it's really a localizing of the SDG, and it's a normal work. And in the end, as everyone, we have a part for the indicators, so that we can see, do we have progress in this theme, or do we have to do more in these themes. And at the end, we handed it over in 2019 to the United Nations. Was also for us a big progress, because it was the first time we gave an official document to the global level from our municipalities. So to wrap it up, for us, what are the advantages of a voluntary local review? As in, I'm not going to say every other city, but in the most cities, the process is just as important as the final product. The final product is an overview over the progress, and with the indicators and the examples of the measures. But when you're going into the administrations, as we heard also a few minutes ago, it's about the de-siloing, so that the administration units are talking together what we want to achieve together. So you get really an integrated view over the city, and you see that it's a mediation function from the SDGs to the daily work. And this is very important, because when you are saying to the international charters, you have a guy or a staff or unit who is responsible for it. So it's always additional, and you have to put it cross-functional into the system, into the integration of the system. And this means putting it into the budget plan and into the targets of the departments. And so you are really integrating it, and you get really traction on the road and for implementing it. You're seeing it's a holistic view that's really, really important. And in this VLR, as we heard, at the moment we have 112. It makes transparent how we are dealing with achieving the SDGs on the global level. So we are contributing with our VLR a little mosaic stone for achieving the SDGs and making it transparent what we are doing on this. It's also raising awareness, the product, so that we can talk to the people in the administrations, but also talk to the people, so that they are thinking about, when I'm doing something, is it affecting others in the world in a bad way? So you are sensitizing the people and also the administration in their daily work, that they are always thinking about what am I doing, and does it really have an impact on other people or on the environment in the world. And at the moment we see from the VLR, it's a very easy bench learning. It's a kind of a SDG Wikipedia where you can step into it very easily, can look what the city of Espoo, of New York, or whatever is doing in this field. And so you're learning also a lot from other cities. And in the end, last but not least, in my opinion, the data collection process is an optimal basis for an evidence-based policy discussions, because a lot of policy discussions are based on hypotheses and theories and whatever. And when you're talking more about voluntary local reviews, about the data and a holistic view of the city, then you're more into a discussion which is more evidence-based. And I think this would be also a progress for us in the political partnership with the councillors, but also with the people. So this was a quick overview about what we are doing in Mannheim and what our experience were in producing an VLR. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. Just briefly, we wanted to ask you if you could share what is your position, like which office are you representing in the city, just to get to know what is the office that takes the leading role, and yeah.
Sorry for this. My name is Christian Hübel. I'm the head of the Department for Democracy in Strategy, and this is including the work with the councillors and also the work with the people, the participation process, but also we are having the strategic department, which is responsible for strategic management into the units and for the implementing the charters like the SDGs.
Yeah, thank you. This really helps us to understand. I mean, in a sense, makes sense that your department, since you are in charge of citizen engagement and also the political engagement, that of course you did the VLR, like going to the citizens. So thank you so much, and we look forward to having a lot of questions to you.